The DS10 looks awful, and I'm not here to talk about the exclusivity and paywall stuff. The cars look so much questionable that I thought that yeah, let's just address them. So first we have DS E10's Performance Edition, and it looks decent overall. It has the speed of Huracan Super Trofeo Evo, the acceleration is good at 86, the handling stat is pretty low, but the nitro at 53 is decent, I would say. I saw the same thing on Nox Fury channel, and I would say that 53 stat was low, but the bar was shown to be high. So it will be one or the other. Either the stat will go up or the bar will go down. Next here we have Jaguar XKR-S GT. It has similar top speed to the Ford Shelby GR1. The acceleration at 72 is pretty low. The handling stat at 52 still low, but the nitro at 60 is pretty decent. In my leaks video, I mean the updates leak video, I said that this is like a Jaguar XJR15 but in class B. But it is like a Jaguar XJR15 sitting in class C. This would be the starting car for the DS10. Next here we have Porsche 911 Turbo 50 years. The speed of this car is slightly better than the Ital Design 01. The acceleration at 82 is decent. The handling stat at 53 is again pretty low. Seems like a trend with this update. The nitro at 60 looks decent overall. It's a 4-star car, so I don't really expect much with this car. This would be the Legend Pass car for the next update. Next here we have McLaren Sabre, and it looks like we have competitor to the elegant Aventador J. The top speed is about the same, but the J lacks the acceleration, and this car is so much equipped with it. The acceleration stat at 87 is pretty decent. The handling at 68 looks promising to me, and the nitro at 58 is decent in my opinion, given the fact that how good this car excels. So this might going to have the perfect nitro boost. Next here we have Ford Shelby Super Snake. The top speed here again similar to the Aventador J. The acceleration at 85 is decent. The handling at 75 looks decent, and the nitro again decent at 59, because this car seems to have sufficient acceleration. Now the question is how this car will drift. This car might turn out to be just as good in drifting as the Aventador J, but I have one thing to say here. Either one or both of these cars, I'm talking about the Shelby and the McLaren Sabre, might turn out to be a 5-star car, because they look similar to the Aventador J, which is a 5-star car. Next we have Pininfarina Teorema. Somehow I call this car as Pininfarina Trauma throughout the preparation of the script. Stat wise, you're looking at worse version of Rimac Nevera. The speed is about the same, the acceleration is 10 points worse than the Rimac. The handling stat is slightly better, and the nitro is slightly worse. This car feels pretty lacking for the term of aerodynamics. It may going to have the perfect nitro boost, or maybe this car might turn out to be the one which drives like a brick. And finally, we have the most broken car of this update. By broken I mean too good to be true, and in the next 6 months this car will be nerfed or somewhat adjusted, because it's just way too much overpowered. You guys are looking at Raesr Tartarus. I received Nox Fury video notification at workplace, and I let the video run at mute. And I remember the distinct feeling of wanting myself to say it out loud like what the in middle of the meeting. That 90 acceleration stat is too much. 538 km/h speed on paper is also too much. This is on paper. But to contrast that in gameplay, this is the speed of 538 km/h of Venom against 2 Koenigsegg Absolute in China version of the game. The handling at 61 feels too much for a car that goes at this speed. The nitro stat at 30 feels enough at this point. Now to be very honest, this car will either drift worse or it has false acceleration. I'm not saying fake, it's a false acceleration. This car is the most broken car as for now, and I don't know what Gameloft is even thinking while featuring this car, because this does beg the question that is that what Raesr really want us to think about this car, that it just exists in the game? Because you don't really find this car on the wider internet. The only trailer of this car is on the Raesr Automotive channel, which looks like a blender clip, and guess what? The channel has 500 or so subscribers. I have featured that clip in my previous video, and I can be wrong about this for where I was looking at, but as to what I saw, technically I'm 3 times bigger than the Raesr. I mean, this is the biggest scam you can possibly have before the new year. This does bring a lot of good old flashback of the too much overpowered Devel 16, but guess what happened to it? The legendary Absolute is broken, but now we have this. At this point, I really want a useful car for all of those folks who are a spender in the game, in a way like at least you get what you pay for. I just hope that Raesr may not turn out to be so useless that its debut ended up looking like this.
Kachika! Kachika! Yeah! Now that's what I'm talking about! Hey, how come the only one celebrating is me, huh? Where are the girls? Bring on the confetti! Ow! Ow! Easy with the confetti. What's going on? Come on, snap some pictures. Kachika, say it with me. Kachika, Kachika. What's up, everybody? Ow! What's happening? Hey, this is the chick era.